Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Culkin, Candy, O'Hara, Blossom, Heard, Stern, Pesci and Culkin. We're looking at 1990s Home Alone. See what I done there? Started with the Culkin and ended with
Culkin, ended with one.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 100 Things We've Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Planty, and I'm a phlegmwad.
And I'm the other guy. I'm a wet bandito. Phlegmwood. I thought you were going to go bandito as well.
Listen, I was originally going to say, look at what you've done, you little jerk. Truly the real bad guy in this film.
Yeah.
Truly. What a fucking dick.
I've not written any of my notes, but one of my notes is actually in capital letters just saying that uncle is an absolute dick.
Okay. John, how are you?
I'm good. I'm real crystal. I'm all good. It's absolutely Baltic in Scotland, so it's not that good. But what about you? What about yourself?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, nice and busy with work, which is good, leading up to Christmas. But it's that time of year, and I think I mentioned this before, it's that time of year where every weekend is full of fucking stuff as well. And I'll surprise you on the air now. If everything would have worked out with the car and everything, I'm pretty sure we'd have been surprising you with a trip up at some point and just gone, hiya, John and Kirsty, here we are, and you probably wouldn't be in. Oh, fuck's sake. So that was the kind of the plan. But the car, of course, has been fucking scuppered for 2.5 weeks.
Hey, we could have talked to you on the ring doorbell. We've got voice facility. We could have went, hiya.
You could have watched me fall over in the street on the ring doorbell like Kirsty did that time. That's something we should be putting up on the socials.
That's a Patreon special, isn't it? A big Patreon special.
Do you know what? Send me that file. It's going on the Patreon. Patreon, give us a quid, and you too can watch John's fiancée fall over and really injure herself in the street.
Yeah, she really did.
It was bad, and all you two did, you and her sister, was laugh. Dick.
It was just the fact that all she could say, and it was F-U-C-K all the time. Fuck! That's all she kept saying. Fuck!
John, Kirsty's fallen. John, come in here. Kirsty's fallen. All right, Lorraine. Anyway, this is getting very fucking niche for like 10 people. Can you? Of course, we are the podcast tries to learn 100 things from every film that we're talking about. Give us a quid. We will let you vote, which is what people did this week. We gave people a choice of 4 Christmas films. 55% of you picked the right one, I hope. Picked Home Alone.
Yeah,
which
good choice.
We had the chance to do, John. We had the chance to do two years ago, right?
We did, yeah.
And we didn't, because it was the 30th anniversary, and instead, because we don't like doing what everybody else is doing, he says, this week, doing a film probably everybody else is doing. We did Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Yep.
And I listened to that in preparation of this, so cheeky wee download for us. Inflating your download numbers by listening to your own podcast. So I listened to it, and boy, have we come on a long way.
I know.
The yardstick, John, right? The yardstick for this is we've got to beat 54.
Jesus.
Dark days, weren't they, at the beginning? Episode 7 or whatever.
We were really bad.
Dark days.
Just so excited about doing a show that we just didn't really give her all when it came to the facts. Too busy talking to you.
too busy in that episode, me going, let's not make a joke about 9/11. We haven't come on a long way. Because
we really have.
I've probably got a 9/11 joke here somewhere.
I bet you do.
What year was this, John?
So this was 1990 exactly.
All right, okay. What else could we have been talking about?
Well, if our good listeners listen to one of our shows, which is Darkman, they'll find out all the good ones. But
the Darkman!
The Darkman. So, but I'm going to go through some obscure ones, right? And see if you know any of these. Joe versus a Volcano.
It's okay.
Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater.
Christian Slater, yeah, that's good.
Jesus, back in the day.
Inspiration for me doing this.
Quick Change, Bill Murray.
Oh, is he the clown in the robbery?
Yeah.
Yes, in that.
Randy Quaid as well.
It's not good.
No, it wasn't his best work. La Femme Nikita,
Great. We talk about
Lord of the Flies.
the TV one, the made-for-TV one. I think we watched that at school.
They let you watch it at school?
Yeah, we watched that at school because we'd done Lord of the Flies, the book,
The
the
book.
the book.
You got readers in class? Wild at Heart with Nick Cage.
Oh man, that is hot as fuck, by the way. And am I right in saying the bad guy is Blanche from the Golden Girls? Did I imagine that? Is that a fever dream, listeners?
No, I think you're right, but because I always thought it was. I know you're right. No.
Yeah, are they escaping? They're escaping her daddy, and I'm pretty sure one of the other people that's abandoned is her. Oh, get yourself some of that sweet Laura Dern ass, John.
Oh God, yeah. And who's the boyfriend? Was it
Nicolas Cage?
No. Her boyfriend.
I'm out of actors that are in this. I assume Harry Dean Morgan's in it. Harry Dean Stanton, sorry, because it's a thing.
Harry Dean Stanton.
Okay.
And last but not least, King of New York with Christopher Walken.
Oh, King of New York, Christopher Walken's really gruesome, I think.
It really is bleak.
Yeah, it's really nasty. Bleak. Yeah, okay.
So, that was 1990s, the flip side.
Not to be confused with King of Comedy.
No, certainly not.
Which was just that Joker film, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, I've made that point 100 times. I'm not going to do it again. Right, okay, so let's get fired in. John, you know the rules. Jump in whenever you're ready. Stop. Somebody stop me. Please, somebody fucking stop me. We start. It's 20th Century Fox film. 20th Century Fox, created in 1935 as a merger between 20th Century Pictures and Fox Films.
Fox Film.
Yeah, now, I had to go a little bit different because we've done 20th Century before. The biggest hits of 20th Century Fox, John, they were all within the last 23 years. Can you name one of them? The top 6 I've got here.
20th Century Fox. Oh, God.
Think about the biggest film of 1999. It is the one you're thinking of.
Is it Star Wars?
Episode 1. Yeah, correct. Right. You've also got... so, in at 6, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, $848 million US. Right. In at 5, this fucking astounded me that there's 2 of these in here. 2012's Ice Age Continental Drift.
What?
879 million. 2018's Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's weird.
885. Those fucking teeth. That Gary Busey set of teeth he's wearing in that. I couldn't get past the trailer. 885 mil. Number 3, 2009's Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Bloody hell, kids love those films.
Yeah. Phantom Menace, $1.02 billion. And number 1, John, 2009's Avatar, $2.9 billion US.
That's a lot of money.
I know I've said this a couple of times. I'm sure somebody, if you're listening to these, I don't know, if you find this a year in advance, you could probably listen to all the episodes across a couple of weeks, and you could just hear me going from, why are they having another Avatar film? What's the point? To me, part the way through going, I'm kind of interested to go and see this Avatar film. Well, John, as of this week, loads of the early kind of shouts have come out about this film, and apparently it's going to do gangbusters at the cinema. Apparently it's going to be the biggest thing of the last few years.
What?
Apparently it is amazing.
Well, they're saying it needs to make $2 billion to break even.
Is that what they're saying?
$2 billion.
I would assume that if you think about, there's another 2 coming, isn't there?
Yeah, I think he's got another one because if this one bombs, he's going to do something with the next one to end it. Apparently, this is what I've been reading.
Oh, right, okay.
So
I don't think it's going to bomb.
No,
I think people want a break from Marvel and DC, and they want something fucking massive at Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm calling it now. Everyone's saying it's good, and I think the press is going to drag people to the cinema.
Yeah.
And I am going to. I'm not day one yet. We'll see in a couple of weeks. I might be day one in a couple of weeks, but I'm going to go to the cinema probably nice and early one morning when I'm off over Christmas, and I'm going to be sat there dead excited for fucking Avatar 2, the Shape of Water or whatever it's called. Is that called The Shape of Water? The Phantom Thread. I don't know what it's called. It's neither of those.
The Way of Water.
The Way of Water. Right. Okay.
Shape of Water is that Del Toro thing, isn't it?
Yes. Oh yeah. Sally Hawkins shags the sea monster.
Yeah.
Man, it's about time he got to shag on screen, because all he ever does is play monsters that scare
monsters,
people.
I know.
Yeah, and he's great, isn't he?
He really is. Yeah,
he's a hero. I've just got to the end of What We Do in the Shadows, by the way, John. You know, the latest series. Have you got to the end of that?
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
That baby.
He's brilliant as the master in that again. Whatever
really
he's got. You know, he's just half of him again sat with that. It's brilliant. Oh, baby Colin Robin. You boy.
It's too funny, man.
I liked that a lot. It's a Chris Columbus film, John.
Yeah, where do we know him from?
Oh, what don't we know him from?
Right, so I looked at all his films. So at the back of the queue of films, well-known films, is Pixels.
I've put future episode. You said it yourself. You said it yourself.
And for nostalgia, definitely. And apparently, his number one film that everybody loves is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire's okay. I don't think it's not as good as I remember it. It's got Harvey Fierstein in it, so I mean he's brilliant for the two scenes he's in it.
True that.
He's done a pair of Harry Potters and both of those Percy Jackson films. Yeesh. I was on the first one. His debut film though, Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh wait, see that? So that's what I went to see when I was ready to go to see RoboCop. But because we were so young, they wouldn't let us in, so we went to see Adventures in Babysitting.
That's not too bad. It's got Thor in it.
Elizabeth Shue in it.
Elizabeth Shue.
Jesus.
It's called. It goes by another name. It goes by Night on the Town or something.
In America,
is that the American name?
I was looking for it once when they show it, but I went into her Elizabeth Shue's
pants
portfolio
into her drawers. Yeah.
Oh, don't. And found it totally different name. So yeah, it must be named differently. But yeah, that was my RoboCop at the time.
All right, okay. Chris Columbus, of course, also discovered America in 1492.
Yeah, wish I didn't tell anybody.
Very good. One final thing from the credits. It's a John Hughes production.
Oh God!
Obviously a film that kept him very rich for a very long life. He's still with us. Oh no, he isn't.
He's gone. But no, I thought it would have been Planes, Trains, and Automobiles would have been his magic.
Well, you would think so, but this is the one that
is this the one?
Yeah, this is the one that made all the sales. Breakfast Club, Planes, Trains, did the vacation movies, and could I be honest with you, I think unsurpassable Baby's Day Out. I love Baby's Day Out. I think it's mwah.
It's old style Buster Keaton-esque.
It is, yeah. Joe Pantoliano as well.
Yeah, so he is.
He also wrote Made in Manhattan. Yuck.
Oh, what?
Not to be confused, of course, with the ex-Hibs player and manager John Yogi Hughes. We open in what is surely the biggest house I've ever seen.
Right, so I'll get these out of the way first of all, because every time I look at that house, I always want it. But I looked it up. It's only got 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms.
Oh, only? Well.
Only, yeah, but with the size of that family, you thought it'd be bigger. And it's sold for around about 1.9 million. So it's a lot higher than the normal price of round about Illinois. I think the house is round about 1.1 million, but because that was in the film, it was a lot higher.
Okay. By the way, the Murphy house across the road, right? You know when Kevin rings up the police and he says, "Hello, yes, my name's Mr. Murphy, and I live at such and such a house, and my house is being robbed." And then he runs across the house to the Murphy house, this little prick Mitch Murphy's parents. The Murphy house is tiny in comparison. I mean, it's bigger than both our houses smashed together. Rachel turned to me and went, "How much would you hate looking at those rich bastards across the road if you lived there?" And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
That's a fair point.
It's like fucking Downton Abbey, this house, by the way. It's full of kids and adults, and they're all ignoring this cop, inverted commas, the great Joe Pesci. Of course. Mm-hmm. We meet Kevin McCallister. So, this film is 32 years old now, right?
Yes.
Was Kevin a name we were giving children in 1982? Maybe it was.
Kevin Bridges.
Yeah, okay. Which certainly names that Scottish people were giving her. I've got Uncle Kevin, who's in his 60s. So, yeah, possibly. Uncle Frank, who's a prick, won't let him watch this movie that the big kids can. She's not interested because she's on the phone. And he's a little shit jumping about, carrying on, and just basically misbehaving.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, of course, made his debut in the Burt Lancaster film Rocket Gibraltar in 1988.
What?
Nope, me either, John.
No.
And then, of course, Uncle Buck, this, and then My Girl. We will not be referencing. We will not be referencing My Girl throughout this episode. I kind of promise. Famously divorced his parents to be adopted by Michael Jackson in 1993.
Oh
No, okay, no.
They spent all his money, didn't they?
Well, they were trying to, and in a 2009 interview with the Metro, of all fucking people,
What?
he says what he did at the time was not divorce his parents, but he took his parents from names on his trust to save his money.
Yeah.
And instead got somebody to control that trust. Good motherfucking choice, motherfucker, because he is now worth $18 million.
Yeah, that's quite right. Because
don't need to work.
I was looking at. He never does. Well, he dated Mila Kunis as well, so boy must have money because it's not that good to look at. But I was looking at how much he made for Home Alone 2. So he was 12-year-old when we made that. So he made 4.2 million. So he was the highest paid 12-year-old ever.
Wow, because he was only paid like 100,000 for this.
Aye, yeah. So I think they knew they were on to a winner. So
yeah, I mean,
he was able to name his price.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I would have kept him in Nintendos and Power Gloves.
Yeah, it would. Talk, boys. Dad comes in, again, not really a character. He's complaining that he can't find the voltage converter for his shaver. Universal Travel Adapter, John, $15.99 on that website with all the boxes. You know the one.
The one.
An American appliance runs on 110 volts, while European appliances are 220 volts. For those not in the UK, we have 3-pronged plugs, whereas Europe has 2. I've got 3 prongs, whereas you've just got 2.
Saves on metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who needs an earth, eh?
Yeah. Kevin's been playing with fish hooks and glue guns, and he's not even feeling bad. He's told to pack his case, and he doesn't know how. So he asks his cousin. I can't figure out who these are. Right? I think one of the girls is his sister.
A couple of them, because it shows you the picture and that was a family. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, I couldn't quite figure it out. And they say he's useless. And the cousin is like, you're what the French call les incompetents, which I'm like, all right, dickhead.
I know, I looked it up. It's just incompetent.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the incompetent, is it?
That incompetent, exactly. Yeah.
Smart ass kid. Look at us, adult men. Adult men that are only a short stretch of water away from knowing French better than they do. Prick.
Quelle banane, big man. That's what I can say. Quelle banane. She should ferme her bush.
Oh, Le Discothèque, Le Pamplemousse. Big fan of the pamplemousse. It is my favourite type of fruit. He has to share a bed with his cousin Fuller, who wets the bed, which causes him to have this stampy fit. When I grow up, I'm living alone. Now, I said 2 years ago, Christ, can't change your mind in 2 years, but I said 2 years ago, he's such a cute kid. And I think he is played a lot less stroppy in the second one than he is here. Yes. And I guess he learnt his lesson. Mm. I guess he's a better son, and he learnt his lesson.
He's a better person as well, because, you're right, in this one, he's just... he's not a likeable character, put it that way, but he is a bit more in the second one.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't agree more. Right, we're in Buzzy's bedroom. Buzzy's the big brother. The only one to come back for that fucking
last one.
Oh, yeah. And I turned that off. I managed 25 minutes of that, and I was drunk. It was too much.
Oh Jesus!
The great Aisling Bea couldn't save that.
That's a shame.
And that fat little kid from Jojo Rabbit. Man, I wish I'd seen his shoes hanging from the fucking... Anyway.
That's bleak, man.
Enough about killing fat acting kids. Buzzy's explaining that he's got this tarantula. The tarantula will be fine while they're away because he just ate a bunch of mice guts. It's like,
Right.
okay. I typed into Google, can tarantulas eat mice, right? Tarantulas in the wild, if they're large ones, will eat small mice or lizards, but most of them
Right.
are too small to eat them. Mice can also bite and kill a tarantula, which you wouldn't want.
Yep.
You are better off feeding them what are called pinkies, which are baby mice. You basically buy them frozen and you thaw them out.
Nice.
And it just made me feel sad. The website I read was like, "Oh, it's a nice treat for them." Oh, baby mice, no, I
Oh,
don't
that's a
like
wee
that.
shame.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, so it looks as if you only should feed them, or at least try and feed young ones every 47 days, and the larger ones every 7 to 10 days.
Oh,
Because he
right,
says
okay.
they'd be good for a couple of weeks, didn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, okay.
But no, that's a lie.
Kevin comes in and he says, "What do you want, phlegmwad?" Turns out Kevin wants to share the bed with him. Outside, we see Old Man Marley, who Buzz claims is the South Bend Shovel Slayer, which I thought that's pretty good. In 1958, he murdered his family, allegedly, salts the sidewalks with the mummified bodies of his victims, which
Nice.
doesn't work to me. Ready for a bit of a fact dump, John?
Go for it.
South Bend is the fourth largest city in Indiana, incorporated in 1865, with 103,453 people as of the 2020 census. It's home to the Studebaker Museum, you know, the cars,
Ooh, the car.
as well as the South Bend Roller Girls, which I think is probably a post-apocalyptic sci-fi film from the 80s.
I'm just getting pictures of Whip It in my head with just throwing
Oh,
boomerangs at
it's
each
a
other.
great film, by the
That's
way.
good, isn't it? I
Yeah,
like it.
Elliot Page is really good in that. That's Drew Barrymore directed film.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, the South Bend Roller Girls were founded in 2010, and they are a roller derby team. Derby, dickheads. Anyway, murders in 1958 in America. There's a handful, but I quite liked the following two. Bronzer Parks. He was a boat builder in Maryland. He was shot dead by the guy paying him to build his sailboat, Willis C. Rowe, when he decided it was too expensive.
What?
I know. And Pearl Eaton Levant. She was an actor, dancer, and choreographer in the 1910s and 20s. She was murdered on September the 10th, 1958. The case has never been solved. But I've got Rachel on it, and I expect it to be figured out roughly by about March.
My God. Thank God you've got her on it. It's,
old fucking cold case plant downstairs. We'll be all right. Yeah. Does salt mummify bodies? Yes, it does, John. I found an article by PubMed, which sounds like a much better version of Club Med to me. I'll read a portion of the abstract.
Go for it.
Adiposia is a post-mortem change alternative to putrefaction. Ugh. Sprinkling table salt over a corpse to hasten disintegration and keep carnivores and nibblers off is a feature of ritualistic burial. Described is an unusual murder concealment, whereas an assailant put a quantum of table salt over and around the dead body whilst burying it in the jungle to hasten in disintegration. Unexpected adipoca involving table salt preserved the body and firearm injuries.
Oh my God.
What
a way to get caught. That's brilliant.
I had to sign up and pay to get the full article, so I didn't get any details on the years, just the abstract from it.
Just
But
abstract.
that was really cool. I liked
That
that
was
a lot. Anyway, on with the film. Outside, just then, this little Nero's pizza kid arrives, knocking over the metal jockey statue, which becomes a common theme.
Yeah. Everything hits that bloody thing, doesn't it?
Exactly. Little Nero's, John, not real. Little Nero's pizza. I found a takeaway in Limerick, though, in the Republic of Ireland. So, Mono and Kira, nip over. I know that's near to you. Get us a review, please. That would be good.
Not a cheesy review.
Yeah, all for yourselves. $122.50 for 10 pizzas. It's $12 a piece, really. Mr. McCallister explains to the cop that they've got automated lights and alarms, so there's nothing to worry about. And this is the line. Fuller opens the can of Pepsi, and the look he gives Kevin, like with his eyebrows, it's so fucking cute.
It's so good, isn't it? It really is. His wee brother as
Arguably
well.
the best looking of the Culkins.
Because he was in a few things. He was in that. Oh God, that.
He's in Succession, and he's a pervy little bastard in Succession.
Oh, is he?
I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, he's one of one of Brian Cox's sons in Succession.
Right,
It's very
and
good.
he's in Scott Pilgrim, isn't he?
He is. Igby goes down. Yeah, all those. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great in Scott Pilgrim as well. God, it's been
He
so
is good.
long. I have to watch that again.
I was looking at the van as well. That Nero's that says got a pizza delivery. I don't know if you know this, but did you know that Pizza Hut has got a delivery, guaranteed delivery?
Pizza Hut. It used
Pizza.
to. Yeah.
So it says if the delivery exceeds 40 minutes from your order being late, you'll receive a £10 Pizza Hut delivery voucher code.
Jesus, that would be an absolute treat around here. Getting a takeaway pizza on a Saturday night in Carlisle's a fucking nightmare. Best off just staying sober and driving and getting it.
Do that.
Yeah,
I collect all my stuff now. I can't be doing with that delivery charge.
It's a pain in the arse, isn't it? Buzz eats the last of Kevin's cheese pizza. This causes Kevin to tackle Buzz, knocking milk all over the passports and the tickets. I loved the line, by the way, from the mum. Drink all the milk. It needs to be finished.
Aye,
such
that's
a mum thing before you go away, isn't it?
Aye, yeah, I remember
The
that.
amount of cups of tea we have in our house if we're going away and we're not leaving the oat milk behind.
Yeah, eat all the bread. Eat all your bread.
Mopping up the milk, Mr. McCallister throws away an airplane ticket. We see this clearly. And this is Uncle Frank getting upset. Look what you did, you little jerk. And this is where I decided he's the true villain.
He really is. He's such an asshole, man.
Kevin gets sent to the attic, and we learn the whole family are going on holiday for Christmas to Paris. But because Kevin's complained about Fuller pissing the bed, Mum said, okay, you can just stay up there yourself. It's punishment enough. Great, because that explains why nobody want Kevin up. He tells his mum he hopes he never sees any of them again. I wish they would all just disappear. In the night, there's a storm, right? Mm-hmm. And a tree comes down and it knocks out the power and the phone lines because stupidly they're on the same fucking pylon.
Yeah. Right beside the transformers.
Can you imagine that in your job?
Oh, mate. Red and windy weather, man.
That morning at 8 a.m, the airport shuttles are here. The electric alarm, of course, is off. It's doing that flashing 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse, is there?
And it says we've only got 45 minutes to get to the airport. Is it get to the airport or get on the flight?
Not on the flight. The flight leaves in 45 minutes.
So I looked this up. So on American flights, if you're travelling within the USA, you need to be there 45 minutes before the flight and 60 minutes if it's out with the USA. So the fact that they're got 45 minutes to get to on the flight...
We'll come to that. We'll come to that because I've got a theory.
Cool.
There's this montage of them getting ready. Now, this little shit-heel kid, Mitch Murphy, from across the road, comes over. What? He has got the voice of a 50-year-old man, isn't he? Yeah. Hey, mister, what, what? How much gas does it do to the, what gallon to the mile and all this kind of stuff? And, hey, mister, where are you going? Hey, how many people can you fit in it? And then he goes through the fucking bags. He's playing with the toys. He's taking photos.
I was like, you little
dick. And he gets counted in the head count. Have a good trip. Bring me back something French. Fuck off, Mitch.
I know you
bastard. The guy from the power company comes in and says the phone lines are going to be down for a few days. Keep that in mind. In the airport, right, they're able to run right through the airport to the gate.
Yeah.
No security, right? The tickets aren't checked, and they can take whatever seats are free. And the reason for this, of course, is because 9/11's still 11 years away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you can just fucking do what you want. Do you remember, right? You used to just be able to go through the gate with whoever you were seeing off.
Aye, or if, like, in all the films as well, you could, if you were in love with somebody, you could actually literally chase them right up to the point where they were going to
You absolutely could. You absolutely could, yeah.
And 9/11 ruined romance for everybody.
That's very true. The parents are flying first class, and the kids are where?
Oh, and coach.
I think they're in that fucking class where all the Irish people are in Titanic.
This scene really wound me up this uncle prick when he was doing that with the crystal. He's like, oh, that's real crystal.
What
Put that in
was
the
it?
bag.
Was it like a salt
It was a salt
shaker?
shaker.
Was
Just a
it?
salt shaker.
Okay, I
Aye.
couldn't figure out what it was. I watched it
Oh.
twice. Yeah, it's real crystal. Put it in your bag. Put it in your bag. Oh yeah, fill her up. It is free, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Oh.
I mean, look, right, we can both be accused of Scottish thrift, you and me. We can
Yes.
both be
Yeah,
called tight. But I think if somebody we had like money for 1 pint left and somebody was in need of a pint, we'd probably buy him a pint.
Aye. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Kind of guys, yeah.
He's awful. And there's this bit where he's going, oh, sorry, because he has to pay for the pizza. And he's like, oh, no, sorry, all my money's in traveller's checks.
I know. You're like,
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we've done traveller's checks before, which is why I didn't do it again. Back in the house, some really cute, just woken up acting from Macaulay Culkin here. His hair's up and he's he's really good little acting here. He's eating his cereal and watching Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, the original?
The original, the OG. 1947 film. I didn't realise the little girl was Natalie Wood. She makes it to the end of this film because there's no boats in it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No husband to push her off the boat. Yeah. It won 3 Oscars. Edmund Gwynn for Best Supporting Actor, he's Santa. Best Writing and Best Original Story. The remake, 1994, starred Richard Attenborough as Santa and had a screenplay by John Hughes. There's your connection.
There you go.
There's your connection.
Circle.
Absolutely. Oh, I missed this bit when they're running through the airport. The song is "Run Rudolph Run" by Chuck Berry, and you know it when it's a Chuck Berry song because you just know, don't you? Made it to number 69 in the US charts.
Oh,
nice. And 48 in Ireland, as well as 36 here. It has been covered, John, by Deep Breath, Cheap Trick, Foo Fighters, Kelly Clarkson, Billy Idol, CeeLo Green, amongst a ton of others. And this is my fact of the episode. Because it's so mental, I've just taken it direct from Wikipedia. Chuck Berry reported that he wrote the song himself, but then discovered that the name Rudolph was trademarked by Johnny Marks, the writer of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right.
Marks sued and consequently was given songwriting credit, although he, quoted by Chuck Berry, had nothing to do with the song. Berry also said that the name M. Brody, which is on there, not Marcus Brody, he got lost in his own museum. M. Brody, who's also credited, does not exist, but was a pseudonym created as a scheme to make more money for Marks and his publisher.
Wow.
Yeah, on the single, it gives writing credits to C. Berry Music and M. Brody. All subsequent cover versions of the song are credited to Marks and Brody, as published by Marks's St. Nicholas Music. So that's never singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer again.
Wow. Jesus, that is a fact and a half.
That, mate, we will come back to Mr. Marks, the prick, again later. We will come back. Anyway. Kevin wanders around the house looking for his family, and in the basement he sees the furnace, which he thinks is a monster. This furnace, like kind of monster thing.
It looked like it had a radiator inside it.
It did electric fire in it. Yeah.
One of these gas things.
Yeah. Kevin comes to the realization that what, John?
He's a prick.
Well, that as well. I made my family disappear.
Oh, God, aye. That's probably the cheesiest line in it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, it's certainly up there with have you had enough yet? Or are you hungry for more?
Improvised, by the way.
Oh, that line, was it? All right, okay.
That was all his.
Cute line. Montage of him eating popcorn, jumping on the bed, and I could just feel the fucking crumbs of popcorn in the bed. He opens Buzz's trunk where he reads Playboy.
Yeah. Now, we've done Playboy, so I couldn't go into anything.
Well, you think you couldn't, but John, the June 1989 issue of Playboy broadcast nudes starring Erica Elnick. Oh, now you're interested. Now you're interested. Only if she'll jump out of a cake for you on a boat.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's something else on it.
Do we need to go back to that? Do we? Don't think so.
I watched that a couple of weeks ago.
Is it bad?
Aye,
is it brutal?
It's just him did his, and then it's just one fucking hits.
Yeah, really badly edited.
It's like that film we watched with the karate chop and the wee midget. Sorry, dwarf.
You said that coming. There's a copy of that particular issue of Playboy, John, for sale on again, the website with the boxes, second hand, £34.95.
What?
Who wants to tug off to Erika Elnick that much that they won't just look her up on the internet?
I know. Plus, all the just pages were sticky.
Yeah. On the subject of tugging off, there's also a picture of Buzz's girlfriend
Who's a boy?
in a wig.
Yeah.
The art director's son.
I looked at that. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a boy. So I double checked. That was one ugly girl.
Woof. The decision was made by the director that he didn't want any girl to have that stigma. And so put a boy in a wig, which is fair.
Aye, that's fair enough.
He finds some firecrackers from AmericanPyro.com. Might be on a register now. Originally developed in the 2nd century BC in ancient Luoyang, China, it is believed the first natural firecrackers were bamboo stalks that, when thrown in a fire, would explode with a bang because of overheating of the hollow air pockets within the bamboo.
Oh.
It's your old bamboo, hey!
Da, 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 da.
He commandeers Buzz's pellet gun.
BB gun.
Oh, was it a BB gun, was it?
So I looked up BB guns. So BB guns were first invented in 1886, and the term BB relates to the size of the steel balls. Okay. They're usually 4.6 millimeters.
All right. Okay. Very good. He makes himself a bowl of ice cream and marshmallows and sits down to watch Angels with Dirty Faces. Now, we all know this. It's the black and white.
Is it no Angels with Dirty Souls?
Oh, is this Angels with Dirty... Sorry, the actual film is Angels with Dirty Faces. Yes, very good.
Because there's two of this. So this one, it's Angels with Filthy Souls, and the next one's Angels with Filthier Souls.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Angels with Dirty Faces is a real Jimmy Cagney film. But I can't have that one because we had that one in the original Home Alone that we did 2 years ago. This is the kind of, I'm going to give you to the count of 10. 1, 2, 10.
Blammo!
Indeed, yeah. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And this scares the kid because you're a sensitive boy, ain't you, Tommy?
Nah, he really is. Was it any Crunch Taters?
Crunch Gators, yeah.
Oh, because apparently they're no longer a thing.
All right, okay.
I looked them up, but apparently they're discontinued in the 90s.
No, it no longer exists.
They're hot and spicy jalapeno potato chips.
Oh, man, I wanted some of those, definitely.
Aye, they're done, they're gone.
On the flight, we're going through a list of things. And Mom remembers that she left Lydia in the attic and that Beetlejuice is a massive pervert. Oh, hang on. Same mum, wrong film.
Wrong film, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the line that fucking gets me with Uncle Frank, of all of them. Oh, if it makes you feel any better, I forgot my reading glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking. Oh,
I hate him more than I hate the Wet Bandits.
Oh, yeah, he's the fucking heel of the film,
he's
man.
Just definitely the... I don't know if it's intentional just to take the heat off the Wet Bandits, because Daniel Stern and that are just so really funny.
Yeah, they are.
Apart from biting Macaulay Culkin's finger and making it bleed.
All right, okay. Which bit's that?
So apparently, see the bit where he says at the end when he's going to nibble his fingers. Apparently, in one of the takes, he bit him. And
did he really?
He broke the skin.
Wow. Back in the street, Joe Pesci, or Harry, he's telling grown-up Fred Savage's Daniel Stern that all the houses have timers, and specifically the McCallister house will have lots to rob, including odd marketable securities. It's like jewelry and odd marketable securities. Marketable securities are basically like bonds and shares and things like that. Anything that kind of like a debt levied against it. So that's your kind of your marketable securities, which I'd never heard of a term. I think I'd heard of securities, but never that particular thing. He explains the family are away in Paris. Of course, as they try to get the back, Kevin hears them, turns on the lights, which scares them off. Kevin comes out from under the bed and runs out the house. I'm no longer afraid, blah, blah, blah. He runs into who?
Oh, the Old Man Smithers.
Old Man Marley, that's right, yeah. And charges back to bed screaming. In Paris, Mum takes the phone off of a French woman because obnoxious American tourist. And the sister says, I'm sorry, you've got to help us because our brother is home alone. Wah, wah, wah.
Did they win a prize?
They win the movie. Absolutely, they win the movie. Mom calls the cops in their little town, who don't give a fuck.
Oh, they really do not.
Right.
They get past for pillar to post.
Because it's Christmas, though, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
they don't care. This cop bangs on the door and scares him even more. So, of course, he doesn't answer the door. We find out that there's no flights home for 3 days. But if she wants to stay in the airport, they'll keep him on reserve, which seems like a really fucking not the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's a bet I want to take.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I've always thought this, watch this film. Why did she not just go back in the morning? I just don't understand it. Rather than just wait, because at the end of the day, he's already there, home alone. He's not going to get any dead. He's not going to get any deader, is he?
Jesus, John.
Sorry.
I love it. No, I love it. I absolutely love it. There's this. By the way, there's this bit on the flight where they're on the flight and they can't be on the flight that long, but it's sleepy time, right, on the flight. Now, let's say, for instance, this flight left at the very, very, very latest 10 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it be dark when they're in the air until halfway, at the most halfway on the flight?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't get dark here until what, 4 o'clock?
Oh, yeah.
So, they leave at 8 over there. So let's say 8 is 1 o'clock here. Yeah, it's not going to be dark until halfway through the flight. Why must films lie to us? Why?
They always lie to us, mate. You always catch them out, though.
I do always catch them out.
Always one step ahead.
One step ahead, 32 years on. The next morning, Kevin's getting himself ready for the day. And did you see what aftershave he put on?
Brute for men.
Yeah, splash it on, John. Splash it
Get on there.
Brute aftershave was created in 1964 in the US by Fabergé. Not your man with the eggs, but still. Advertised, of course, by Henry Cooper and Kevin Keegan in the UK. But it wasn't Kevin Keegan in Germany. It was Franz Beckenbauer in West Germany in the 70s.
Oh, okay,
There
okay.
you go. Indeed. This is where he does that first screaming, holding his face thing, which we all remember.
Yeah.
But what I didn't remember is he does it twice in this film.
Yeah.
He does it again. Why does he do it again? Why? Surely he realises.
He's a kid.
And when you put aftershave on, not that I do because I've got a beard, but when you put aftershave on after shaving, it's because you have
Cut yourself.
Yeah, that hurts. So that wouldn't hurt him. Again, lying films. Why must they do it?
You're making young boys worry for absolutely no
Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. Of course, the person that does this impression best is Selma Hayek in Dogma. So, not the one with the kid who goes left in the house alone. Who does somebody sold their soul to get the grosses up on that piece of shit. It's easily one of my favourite lines from Dogma, which Christ was one of the previous 100 episodes we have done.
God, yeah.
I know, yeah. So long ago.
We've done a few.
He climbs Buzzy's shelves to get to his savings, and of course all the shelves collapse and it wrecks the room, as well as letting out the tarantula.
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? The big boy.
Indeed it is. Meanwhile, in the Murphy house, the wet bandits are robbing the place. Good. That'll teach that scrope Mitch Murphy when he doesn't get any presents. There's a call on the answer phone from Mr. McCallister saying they're in Paris, asking him to give him a call urgently. Great news to Marv and Harry, because it means he's home alone.
Yeah, they know it. They've got it. They know it.
They do. At the shop, Kevin's buying a toothbrush. And he's like, is this recommended by the Dental Association of America? And I'm like,
I actually checked this.
Yeah.
I actually checked that. So, ADA standards, so the American Dental Association standards, are used for testing the safety of manual toothbrushes. So it is actually a thing.
All right. Oh, cool. Old man Marley comes in these fucking massive dominatrix boots, by the way.
Oh, man, there's some. I'm wearing boots, man. They're brilliant.
I'm old man Marley in my fuck me boots, Kevin.
I would have got away with the two of them if for you, you little shit.
Oh, you shouldn't be afraid of me. You should be afraid of my basement, though. Probably got that fucking chair from Burn Without Reading. But I don't know. Probably not. He puts his hand on the counter, which is wrapped in a bloody bandage.
Yeah.
And I had no idea where that had come from, unless he'd been making a wooden pickle for Santa and had an accident. Better Christmas film? Question mark.
Definitely.
And this causes Kevin to run out with a toothbrush. And this shop, which is like a shop out of Gremlins, isn't it? It's
It
like
really
that.
is, yeah.
Hey Jimmy, stop that boy! this kid.
Just start sprinting
Yeah,
after him.
no, that's happening. And he's like,
Do that before.
shoplifter, and the cop comes on. You're like, what a bunch of fucking grasses. Little boy's just got a toothbrush. This fat cop is chasing him, and this fat beat cop is chasing him, and he slides across this ice, which is cute, you know.
That's good, but he just keeps going, whoa, whoa.
And he's quite
whoa.
blatantly being pulled on some sort of sledge or something, isn't he? He gets away. We next see him trudging home, and now I'm a fugitive from the law or something, which is kind of cute.
That's funny.
He nearly gets run over by Harry and Marv. They follow him in the van, and this causes Kevin to run to church, where he hides in the nativity in what looks like some sort of Jedi robes.
It really does.
Thomas J. Sennett. Now there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I told you there'd be more fucking My Girl references, didn't I? I told you. Oh, he needs his glasses, John. Oh, he's fucking. He needs his reading glasses.
Get my readers.
Frank. That night, there's a fucking swinging party happening at the McCallister.
Oh, it looks bloody good as well.
It is good. I mean, the kids are fucking genius. Loads of silhouettes of people dancing. Turns out they're all dummies, mannequins. Where the fuck has he got all these mannequins from?
Well, one was Jordan, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I dropped the ball and didn't do anything on Michael Jordan, but surely we all know enough about Michael Jordan. Or maybe I'm waiting until we do Space Jam.
Yeah, used to play for the Chicago Bulls.
He did. There you go. Number 23 in the Chicago Bulls. Go on, I'll let you have that. Did you recognise the song that's going on in this scene?
No.
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee from 1958. Written, John, by our new nemesis, Johnny Marks.
Oh, really?
That fucking old prick, right?
I prefer the Kim Wilde version.
What, the Mel and Kim version with Will Smith? That's third in the UK, 16th in Denmark's brilliantly named Track Listen chart. That's going to be a new favourite for us, isn't it? Hello, it's the Track Listen chart. But now we can't listen to that. We're going to pay old man Marks with our souls.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
The original one sold 25 million copies worldwide and is the fourth most downloaded Christmas song, according to the Radio Times. Yeah. But for some reason, I couldn't find anything in that article. It was like a rundown of like the 25 best Christmas songs. And there was nothing. It said, it's the fourth most downloaded Christmas song. So I thought, brilliant. So there'll be a thing off that saying what the other three are. But no.
Nothing.
And I worked my way through the whole article, and at no point did it say, and this is the most downloaded Christmas single. So I was like, I would have liked that extra fact. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they suckered you right in, didn't they?
They did, mate, as they always do.
That's how they get you, clickbait, mate.
It was fucking clickbait bastards. It fools the wet bandits, and they leave. Meanwhile, in France, they're having no luck getting hold of Interpol. I assume it's Interpol.
It must be.
Yeah.
But Uncle Prick is running about just feeding everybody prawns. I'm like, what are you doing, you fanny?
So I can't remember what episode we talked about this on, but I know we've talked about this, where Americans call prawns. Oh, it must have been Forrest Gump.
Yes.
They call it shrimp. And you're kind of like, okay, I get it, but he comes out with like this big platter of prawns. Who wants shrimp? And it's like, oh no, those are for later. Like they're in a hotel room. Where's the shrimp kept? What are they? I couldn't understand where. Like if they were staying somewhere, I'd understand if you'd been in the fridge or whatever. Anyway, It's a Wonderful Life in French. The French title is La Vie est belle. Life is beautiful.
Oh,
or nice. Life is nice, I think that is. Anyway, my French is terrible. French listeners, of which we have none, tell us. And this was me slagging up that girl for not being able to speak French earlier on, wasn't it?
So you are. Les incompetents.
That's me. That's me. Okay. At the McCallister house, Little Nero's Pizza's here, and Kevin's using the film to answer all the delivery lads' questions. It's clever, or at least it's 1990s family film clever.
Yeah.
And he's like, a lovely cheese pizza just for me, basic bitch. What's your favourite pizza, John?
It's either meat feast or old school pepperoni.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I like that. Brewdog vegan mighty meaty for me, please. Oh yes,
Ooh.
please. All the spice, all the meat, and about 12 pints of punk, please. Anyway,
You're just winding yourself up
right,
now.
I am like I am. Back in the airport. Oh, speaking of fucking wound up, this old woman has convinced Moira
Ooh.
Rose from Schitt's Creek to give her $500, the upgrade on the basic seats, a ring, a pocket
Earrings.
translator, the earrings, and then she's like, "Is that a Rolex?" And the line is, "Oh, is that Rolex real?" Do you think it's real? It's a great little line. I love the look of. Do you think it's real? She's like, no. Oh, but who can tell? It's
Exactly. Oh,
she.
it's good.
Oh God, Catherine O'Hara's perfect, isn't she?
She is
She,
fantastic.
oh, she's wonderful.
She needs to be in more
It's
things.
been, but she is in a lot of stuff. She's in all the. And again, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the second film when we did that. Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, which Mono was talking about this week. Mono, let's do Best in Show on something. And for your consideration, the Waiting for Guffman thing. Oh man, Home for Purim. Oh yes, please, all of those. I love them. All the Michael McKean fucking improv films. But she's great. But she has her eyes out, and she still has to be begged. But she allows her to be begged, and Mom's on her way.
She's on her way.
She's on her way. She's on the plane. She was on, by the way, an American Airlines plane. I spotted here. We did a little bit on the previous one of these, a little bit on American Airlines, and we're going to do some more.
Ooh, I love an airline.
American Airlines, founded in 1926. This is from their website, by the way. Has roughly 6,800 flights a day to over 300 destinations in over 40 countries and over 200 million passengers every day. Every year.
I was going to say.
That would be astonishing.
Jesus.
They're also massive fans of letting you fly in first while your kids cause havoc in cages in the hold.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well done there, guys.
It's not against any rules to leave your kids in economy as long as there's an adult with them. But they were breaking the rules.
Yeah, so because they had that teenage lassie.
Yeah, I think she was probably under 18.
Yeah.
She was only 16 years old. Yeah. In this little supermarket back home, after Kevin's done the brute joke and wished his family back again, this cashier shows more interest in him than any of the cops put together. And she's like, "Are you on your own here? Lady, I'm 8 years old. Would I be here on my own? I don't think so." And it's really cute kind of thing. And he's like, "Do you know if these microwave meals are any good?" "I don't know." "Oh, well, better give them a try." There's some like army men for the kids. It's cute.
Well, he's reading the wee magazine, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Walking home, the bottom falls out of the carrier bags and there's shopping everywhere. And I don't care. When it doesn't happen to you, that's never not funny.
Oh, that's yeah. I'm glad he saved it.
Yeah, he's doing the washing back home, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In the basement. Did you see what he was washing with, John?
I thought it was just detergent.
It was Tide.
Tide. I was going to say Comfort as well.
America's most famous brand of laundry detergent, according to the website, by Procter & Gamble, introduced in 1946, and highest-selling detergent brand in the world.
What?
32-load bottle. Christ, I wish I had a 32-load bottle. Costs £22.64 on the company with the big boxes, compared to a 35-load bottle of Bold for £6 at Asda. So, you know what to do. Get yourself to Associated Dairies, which nobody's calling it. Nobody's calling it Associated Dairies. The furnace starts to kick off, doesn't it, while he's doing the washing? And he just turns around and goes, "Oh, well, you shut up." And what I really liked here is we're seeing growth in the character. And I always love it when you see growth in a character.
Yeah. You start to get it.
Marv shows up and tries the back door. Kev clocks, puts the film on. It scares him off, especially when he lights firecrackers in a pan, which makes it seem like the gunfire. I'm pretty sure he would have set fire to the house doing that, but what do I know?
Oh, God, aye.
Mom lands in Scranton, John.
Yeah, Scranton.
Right.
Where have we heard that before?
Where have we heard that before? We talked about Scranton because our baseball team is the Scranton Rail Riders. Do you remember?
It is,
It's where Joe Biden's from, is Scranton. She's traveling from Scranton to Chicago. There's no flights. It's 702 miles and will take you 10 hours and 37 minutes to drive, 18 hours on the train. I don't understand that. Or 2 hours to fly for $64 US.
18 hours
18
by
hours on the
train?
train. The fucking trains in America is nearly as bad as the trains here, aren't they?
That's bad.
But yes, Scranton. We haven't talked about the fucking Scranton Rail Riders in so long.
Been a while. It has been
It's
a
been a
while. 'Cause
while.
it's been that long that I actually forgot they were a team.
Yeah. She's got there via Dallas, but there's no more flights. It says if it costs her soul, she's going to get home to her son. And this is where the film just throws a turn that you didn't expect coming if you'd never seen it. And when I was, let's say, I was probably 11 when I saw this, when it was out on video here for the first time, so just turned 11. The late great Who.
John Candy.
Oh man,
John Candy.
Taken
He made
too
this
long.
show his own. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Was
almost all of his Gus Polinski stuff, the Polka King of the Midwest.
Polka.
It sucks.
All I can think of is Monty Burns. Polka.
I love polka. Almost every line was just fucking like
gold.
made up. Yeah, it was all improv by him because he's a genius, absolute genius. He says, he says, you don't know us? We sold 634 records. Oh, here? Oh no, in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. Did you look up Sheboygan?
I did, John. Did you?
No, I knew because I knew you. Would you love a good Sheboygan?
Too. It's a city in Wisconsin located on the western shore of Lake Michigan. It sounds like it's probably the other side of Lake Michigan to Cult Connections co-host Maria. Maria, you're that neck of the woods. You're in the lake, so reach out and tell us if you've ever been to Sheboygan.
Yeah, Sheboygan.
It's well known for bratwurst, so I'm up for that. And the site of the proposed spaceport called Spaceport Sheboygan.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
Jesus Christ.
It's a surfing destination and has been called the Malibu of the Midwest.
Fucking hell, man. Sheboygan's got a lot going for it, though.
Maria, pick us up, please, because this is fucking what?
I actually thought he'd made the name up.
Yeah, it's like one of those kind of like comedy names, like Walla Walla, Cucamonga. He's brilliant. I love him. I absolutely love him. Back at the house, Kevin cuts down a tree in the garden and's decorating it. When the bandits see he's home alone, they resolve to come back that night.
He hears him out the window, didn't he?
He does, yeah. And he's like, okay, I'm going to have to like look after myself here. On the road, the Polka-mobile's this budget renter van, and they're all playing polka music. It seems fucking hellish, by the way.
Oh,
like I quite like it. I'm not against this polka music, but I couldn't help thinking to myself, no, thank you.
Nah, budget rental's been going for a while, though.
Yeah, you got anything on that?
Just it was founded in 1958 in Los Angeles, but it's been going a long time now.
It's the second biggest rental company in the US, approximately 32,000 trucks. And in the 2000 presidential election, a budget truck rental vehicle was used to deliver the deciding ballots from Palm Beach, Florida to Tallahassee, Florida. Budget Truck sold the truck that was used, donating $67,100 to the American Red Cross. From its sale can also be seen in Zero Effect, A View to a Kill, Lethal Weapon 3, and a film called National Champions, which didn't ring any bells at all to me.
Nah, I thought you were going to say National Treasure, but no National Treasure.
Did I see this? Is there a National Treasure TV series or new films coming to...
Yep. No, series coming. No Sean Bean in it, though.
Oh.
Or Nick Cage. Isn't Nick Cage either?
Oh, is there not?
No.
Oh, wow. That's...
disappointing.
That is.
He's a national treasure.
Hey, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh. John Candy was only reportedly paid $414 for this role, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
God, it's so good in it as well.
It's free money, isn't it? Absolutely free money.
Yeah.
This is the bit where she's basically saying, have you ever gone on vacation and left your child at home? He's like, oh, no, but I did leave a funeral parlour once. She's like, what? Oh, yeah, geez, it was awful. The wife was distraught. We left a little type there in the funeral parlour all day. All day. We went back at night and apparently he'd been alone all day with a corpse. He was okay, though. After 2-3 weeks, he came round and started talking again. And the line is, maybe we shouldn't talk about this. He's like, well, you brought it up. Yeah, I'm sorry I did.
They bounce back like, what? That's so weird.
Oh my God. And both times I'm watching it, I can see she wants to laugh.
Aye.
But it's pretty good acting.
Aye.
It's pretty good acting. You can see she's wanting to laugh. Had a great time with that. He's just not in it enough. Back in the town, Santa from the grotto's leaving for the night. Kevin explains instead of any toys, he wants his family back. Santa says, Santa will see what he can do. My elf's taken all the candy canes back to her boyfriend, but let me see what I've got. And he gives him 3 Tic Tacs.
That's right.
And he tries to drive off in his Honda Accord.
I know.
It breaks down. That's how you know it's a Honda. Super Nintendo Charmers. On the way home, Kevin sees families having fun, so he heads to church. Because what's less fun at Christmas than church?
Oh, yeah. Nothing better.
There's a choir of kids singing in front of fucking, no one. There's a couple of bums, a raving derelict, and Old Man Marley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Old Man Marley comes across to wish Kevin a Merry Christmas. Right? He explains, see that out there? That's my granddaughter. She's singing. And Kevin, you don't have to be afraid. Church is where people feeling bad should be. Kevin says he's not been good, but Old Man Marley says, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Sometimes we've not been good. And that fucking wet mouth noise, by the way, it was absolutely disgusting. This is the first time I noticed it, and it made me feel sick. Absolutely made me feel fucking rotten. Oh, just every fucking line, this old bastard. He says he had an argument with his son years ago and they no longer speak. He hasn't called his son because his son can't understand him because of his wet mouth noise. Kevin says he should call his son. He doesn't care how mad I was. I'd talk to my dad, especially at Christmas. He says, yeah, I'm sure your granddaughter misses the gifts. He says, oh, yeah. He says, I send her a check. He says, yeah, grandparents like to send gifts. Last year I got a sweater with a big bird on it. And the line from Old Man Marley is, oh, that's nice. Such an old man thing to say. And he's like, no, it's not nice. He says, you get beat up at school for that. He runs home and sets up a plan of attack on this massive fucking blueprint that he's drawn.
So one of the artists or whoever did it drew it left-handed to make it look authentic as if it was a kid's, and it really seemed to work.
Oh, right, okay.
One of the art designers or somebody drew it.
Oh, right, I've got you.
I read that ages ago.
It looks like a fucking Isambard Kingdom Brunel blueprint, doesn't it? It's like he's building a fucking bridge or some giant lighthouse in the 18th century.
Oh, I noticed was the 2 paint cans right in the middle.
Me with my historic engineering references, listeners. They're getting you hot. You like them. They work for you. Give us some feedback if you like them. I'll throw in some aqueduct mentions at some point in the future.
Aqueducts!
What the Romans ever do for us. There's this montage of him preparing traps like fucking Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, God.
The clock chimes 9 p.m. and Kevin readies himself. Right, so this is the action bit. Again, we'll fly through this like we did in the last one because there's not a lot you can do. Yeah. They turn up at the back door. Kevin shoots Harry in the balls through the dog flap, and when Marv looks through, he gets it in the face. Harry heads around the front, basically flies up in the air on the icy steps that have been wet. Same happens to Marv on the basement steps. Marv makes it into the basement, which is unlocked. It was great. He's trying to break open, and he tries the door, and it's actually unlocked. Yeah. Pulls the cord for the light, which is attached to an iron that hits him on the face.
Which must be hot because the red marks straight in his face.
How hot could it be unless he's literally just unplugged it?
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Again.
Lies.
On the subject of hot, the front door handle's superheated, which causes Harry to burn his hand. He's still got that M on his hand in the second film, by the way. Yeah, it's a good.
So he does,
kind of little Easter egg that they put in there.
That's right, because he goes to reach through at one point.
He does, yeah, and you see it, yeah. Marv's in the basement and climbing up the steps. He has to remove his shoes and socks because Kevin's put tar on the
On the step.
thing, hasn't he? Tar is a
This is
dark brown or black viscous liquid made of hydrocarbons and free carbon. It's obtained from a wide variety of organic materials by destructive distillation. So they basically burn it.
yeah.
Tar can be produced from coal, wood, petroleum, or peat. And peat. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, you're right, John. This is the fucking bit the worst bit.
This is my quiet place moment.
Yeah, it is. He puts his foot on this
Whoa.
nail. Love spanked me foot on a nail.
Oh, so horrible, isn't it?
And falls backwards. Harry gets through the back door and gets his head burnt by a blowtorch. I kind of like that. Marv, still without his shoes, goes through the window and lands on old school glass ornaments. We've all stood on an old glass ornament.
God, aye. But in the old days, they were proper sharp or
Yeah,
something.
made of glass, exactly. But they're both in. They head into the hallway and fall on Micro Machines, and this is, you guys give up or you're thirsty for more. Micro Machines, John, made in the 80s into the 90s, known for sizing down automobiles, but also had play sets, did a range of presidential limos in 1989.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you can find them for about 10 quid each on eBay, and the rarest ones, Star Wars ones, $370 on eBay. So there's little kind of Star Wars ships. I remember them from the 90s. Possibly the kind of the 97 Star Wars reissues.
Right.
I think that's when they started doing. Yeah. Let's not.
I'd have bought some of those though.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably would have still had them as well if I'd bought them. This is where they get paint canned on the stairs. Okay. Kevin calls the cops saying he's Mr. Murphy, who's being robbed. He heads upstairs to the attic, but Marv grabs him.
Yeah.
Just at that very moment, Buzz's tarantula shows up. You've seen the tarantula throughout the film in different rooms. And Kevin puts it on Marv's face. He screams and lets Kevin go. Kevin runs up to the attic. Oh, one take, really?
Yeah, I agreed to do it practically in one take.
Work.
One take, that was that right in his face.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad. Kevin runs up into the attic and escapes on this zip line to the treehouse. Or at least his fully grown 30-year-old stunt double in a Macaulay Culkin wig does.
Yeah.
This looked fucking hell, man. This looked like a grown-up Dennis the Menace, didn't it? American Dennis the Menace.
It really did.
This 6-foot guy we're meant to believe is an 8-year-old. I thought he looked like Colin Robinson in the Boy Colin Robinson wig.
Oh, God, aye.
The vampire, not the cat.
Yeah.
It was really fucking jarring. There's a bit on a sledge earlier on as well, which I'd not kind of covered where that happens. Around 25,000 children under 15 are seen in A&E every year in America from sledding accidents.
Bloody sledge.
Yeah, but, of course, they are saved by George Bailey when they go into the ice, his little brother. Oh, I cry every time.
No, don't.
Oh, no, that's my bad ear. You know it's my bad ear. Anyway. They try to follow him on the rope. They get halfway across and he cuts it. They fall to the ground after hitting the wall on the thing. It's like that bit at the end of Indiana Jones where they're going across the rope bridge and they cut it and it smashes against the thing. I was expecting there to be some stock footage of some alligators below. Kevin heads to the Murphys. The bandits catch him there. This is where he bites his finger. And as you say, he made his finger bleed. Old man Marley saves them, knocking out the bandits with his fuck me boots.
Yeah. He lost his tooth though, didn't he, at one point?
Oh, he does, yeah. He loses his tooth at some point when he gets hit.
I don't think they do gold teeth in the UK, by the way, because I was actually looking up price of dental gold teeth, and apparently they just do gold crowns.
Oh, right. Okay. I used to work with a lad who was training to be an imam at the mosque, and he had a gold tooth. I said, surely you can't get away with... Oh, silver tooth. I said, surely you can't get away with that if you're going to be an imam. He's like, Allah doesn't forbid it. I'm like, great. Good on you, son. You go for it.
Just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, he's like, no, Allah doesn't forbid it. I'm like, all right, okay, no, good. And there you go. That's what we learned.
Although I did find out that if you want a gold crown, it would cost you between $700 and $900.
All right, okay. Fucking hell. Kevin watches them being arrested. He puts out milk and cookies for Santa Claus. And that morning, he runs downstairs to see that his wish didn't come true. No mum, no family. But as he's looking at this photo, she arrives and shouts him, sees that he's done the tree and the stockings and tidied up from the mass break-in the previous night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
place is looking immaculate, isn't it?
They hug just as the rest of the family turn up.
Which must be gutting for her, considering she's
Yeah, he's like, we got the flights that we said we were going to get. All right, dickhead.
It's just the way he said it as well. It's like, well, we just got a flight. Hiya, pal.
Kevin looks out the window to see old man Marley drooling all over his boy and grandkid. And that's where I nearly cried until I remembered about the mouth-slapping, slurping fucking noise that he makes. Old man Marley, by the way, 64 here. The actor Roberts Blossom.
Yeah.
Which sounds like reverse names. Don't know about the future, that's anybody's guess. Ain't no good a reason for getting all depressed. No, was that a Roberts Blossom? The TV series with Miriam Blake in? You remember Blossom?
Oh, God, that's right.
Yeah, remember Blossom? Yeah. His future was that he died in 2011, aged 87. I don't know whether or not he drowned from all those wet mouth noises. I can't prove it, but possibly it.
He was the original wet mouth man.
Oh, bravo, John. Bravo. That's it. And that's the show. We're closing it down on 98 episodes. Do you have any other facts for us?
So I've got you. I was looking at their van. So it was a Dodge Ram.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
So for a 2022 Ram ProMaster City cargo van, it costs $41,000. It's a lot of money for a fucking van. And Macaulay Culkin was 10-year-old when he made this, not 8 as he says. Liar.
Yeah, I did think that. Yeah. Okay.
Aye, that's me.
Okay, brilliant. I've got a few more bits and pieces here somewhere. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We missed that. He was watching that at some point. How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 1966, John.
Oh, last time England had a good
team. Say the line, John. Narrated by Boris Karloff. Real name, William Henry Pratt.
Yep.
Boris Karloff, though, you'll love this, was a member of the Hollywood Cricket Club, as was Errol Flynn, Cary Grant, David Niven, and Larry Oliver.
Jesus, that's a crowd.
It's a good crowd, that, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a good golfing crowd as well.
It does, doesn't it? Absolutely. In 2017, France Telecom and Orange announced plans to dismantle all 2,100 phone boxes that remained in France. Don't know if they've done it, but that's what they announced. He buys milk at one point, Red Top Milk. The whole milk bill, which was put forward, I assume, in the 80s from what I could find, means there are 8 coloured tops to milk and 5 seasonal ones. Pink or light blue tops indicate skimmed milk. Blue tops, 2% milk. Yellow or purple, 1% milk. Brown tops, chocolate milk. Green top, buttermilk. Americans, man. White tops, unhomogenized milk. Black tops, unpasteurized milk. Seasonal specialities. Strawberry milk is mauve. I don't even know what mauve is. Pumpkin spiced milk, yellow, orange. Eggnog, red. So it was eggnog milk he'd bought, not normal milk.
What?
Yeah. Come on, Marge. We only have 25 eggnoggy days of goodness before they take it away. Light eggnog is a green top. And soy milk is a white top.
Right.
Yep. Soy, soy, soy.
Oi, oi, oi.
And that, John, is all he wrote. How many do you think we got?
We definitely got more than 54.
Okay.
I'd say we're up in the high 90s.
We're certainly in the 90s, but you might have come down a little bit.
92.
94. That's a bit disappointing, that, isn't it? It's a bit disappointing. We might have got a few more had I not run out of time. But it's been a fucking week.
It really
has been a week. If you enjoyed that, you can give us a quid and we will let you pick once a month. Now, John, I feel responsible before we talk about the patrons because I was going through a few bits and pieces that I've done and we didn't have a patron vote for November. So I feel a bit bad.
Oh, really?
So we're going to fix that in 2 ways. We're going to give you 2 patron votes in January. All right. So we're going to give you 2 patron votes when we talk British films. So we're going to do British films with lots of support, I think, from Kirsty, aren't we?
Hopefully.
Lots of support from Kirsty. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. We are also going to give you another, not a choice, but we're going to give you the second placed film from the run through that we did this time.
Agreed.
So we are going to, and this will please Stig especially, who tried a massive fucking pylon, by the way, when we put the vote up on. He did it on Twitter and he did it on Patreon to say, "Oh, all vote for that shit Lindsay Lohan Christmas film that Mark's put on there for a joke." Yeah, because Stig's a fucking prick, right? But we do love him because he's very, he listens every week. He is a very dedicated, very supportive guy. So we do love Stig really, but you're a prick, mate. So we're going to do it. Not just for you, but for the other 4 people that voted for that. We're going to do fucking saving Christmas, or I don't know, pissing all over Christmas.
Shaving Ryan's Christmas.
Yeah, so we're going to do that one, and we're going to feel fucking sorry about it. All right, and then when we do in January, we're going to give you a couple of options. We'll probably pick like the big British films. We'll let you pick from them. Okay, but you want to give us a quid? You can do that. And here's another announcement that I'm making, John. You weren't expecting, but this is going to help us for episode 100. If you're a patron, and I will put this on the Patreon list as well with the email address and everything. But if you're a patron, I want you for the Crow 2, the crowing that we're going to do, I want you to record a message for us for our 100th episode, which will be 2 weeks from now. So get it in the next few days, please, from listening to this so we can collate them all, telling us what you want us to advertise. So tell us about you and what you're advertising. And this is patrons only, so you've got to give us a quid. Send that across and we will put that in the recording. I'll figure that out as I go. It's going to be a nightmare to record, but it'll be Christmas, so I'll have a bit of extra time. So tell us a fact you learned from The Crow, no matter how fucking stupid it might be. And we will put that in the episode.
That'll be good. Yeah, I like that.
Only available to patrons, but give us a quid for Christmas and you can do that too. Oh, right. Okay. So the people we love that are already helped us out. We've already mentioned Stig. We've got Gadget. We've got Biggie from Modern Escapism. You get them on previous episodes of this podcast. They're up here because Stig moaned to me the other day about being too far down the list. So that's all you need to do is moan to us and start a fucking pile-on for votes.
Yeah, they are a gang. They are a gang of goodness, to be honest.
They're a bunch of good cunts, aren't they? By the way, John, Punk has sent me his mobile number.
Oh,
so I'm going to send that on to you. You need to WhatsApp him when we finish the recording. I am expecting the fucking bromance to blossom from this, by the way.
I look forward to this. That should be good.
SP Filmviewers podcast. They're doing some lovely Christmas fare this month. They've done Planes, Trains and Automobiles, and they're doing Spirited, which is a thing on Apple TV.
I just watched it with Ryan Reynolds. And
is it that thing? No, not for me. Not for me.
It's a musical.
Is it dog shit?
It's
the worst thing you've watched this Christmas until that Lindsay Lohan film.
It's predictable and it is watchable, but I just sing it and fucking drop your hat.
Okay, Mono and Kira from Mono Rants, go and get a little Nero's pizza, pals, please. They did Lock Up, not Lock Up, the one on the spaceship, which is Escape from New York with Guy Pearce. Lockdown?
Lockdown. Yeah, Lockdown. It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, it is really, really good. What I didn't realise was that I learned from that episode is that Carpenter robbed them to fuck because obviously they ripped off Escape from New York. It's got the president's daughter. It's got all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Nigel Davis, owner of the Wonder Emporium tabletop accessories. Congratulations, Nigel. He has become a dad for the second time in the last couple of days. Congratulations to you, you wonderful human being, and the birth of your first son, Harry or Henry. I think it was Henry. He looks like a baby. Congratulations.
Well done having that baby. It looks like a baby. I'm
so bad with babies. I know. Dan Belson, Gavin Belson. We've had some lovely World Cup fun recently.
Oh, have you? Are you still on the chat?
Yeah, we didn't involve you because you're not there. And by the time this comes out, England also may not be there. The be there with Belson.
No, if time travelers have got anything to say about it, because apparently they won the World Cup. a time traveler's actually got photographic evidence of the final score. This is true. The final score. So Harry Kane's going to. I don't know about football, but apparently Harry Kane's might be one of the scorers. But I might win 2-0 against Portugal.
Wow. Okay, it's possible in the draw. Okay, it's not going to happen, but okay, cool. That would be nice. I would love that.
Put that down as a fact. Put that down as a fact.
Why aren't you on Be There with Belson, by the way? I am wondering that. Aaron from Z1 Podcast orders around about zombies and surviving marriage. They're having a break at the moment. So it would be good if we could, any of us hear from Aaron at Z1 Podcast. Joe, Hallmark of Greatness. Oh, we did a bit of a recording.
He is the hallmark of it. Last
We
week.
had
He's such
such
a
a
funny
lot
guy.
of fun, didn't we? We did we
really
did
did.
That Efkin Show with Dean, which was my third trip into space.
He's such a silky voiced character,
Dean?
and he's
Oh yeah.
He can control a crowd just by his
He's
voice.
such a handsome guy in real life as well. Like
I hate him.
I got a fucking cutch off him as well, man. It was amazing. It was so good.
The only good thing is he's a cat person, so that makes me no like him as much. But other than that, he's a cool dude.
Colin Robinson called. He fucking hates you. But we've also done a show for podcasters about the perils of buying listens. Right? It is a must listen if you have a podcast. So go and find That Efkin Show. Podcasting is fun. Episode about us buying listens, because that was fucking brutal. Yeah. Josh and Amanda, super familiar with the Wilsons. I just posted them a Christmas gift in the post to America, so it should be there probably in about 3 years' time. Ian and Maria for Cult Connections podcast. I just did Cult Connections on Bullseye! !
Yeah, the film,
not the TV show. Yeah, I'd rather have done 3 episodes of the TV show, John, to be honest.
Oh, Jesus, was it that?
It's fucking brutal. It's really bad. Of course, Rachel, my wonderful wife and super researcher who helps me with research when I run out of time, so she's really good at that. And the brilliant dear friends, Ian, Phil and Gav, who give us a quid and have never got anything to peddle. We love you just as much. So next week, John, we'll do Lindsay Lohan. Chance would be a fine thing. Well, maybe not, actually.
No, perhaps she's no
terrible human being.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she looks like she smells. Yeah. Anyway, but for now, it's been our first Christmas episode of 2022. He's been John. I've been Planty. That's been 94 things we learned from John ruining Christmas. You little freak.
Fuck you.
See ya.
See you guys.